Welcome in to the Dice Dragons Guild. In this hall, we unite under one banner. Live by the die.
Die by the die.
Oh, that's better.
That was too
Hey.
slow.
Oh, 17.
No,
yes.
Nat
Must have done
1,
like
baby.
Yeah.
Can I use that
I'll take a 12.
inspiration?
I'll take that.
Can I?
No, not before the game.
When last we left off, our adventurers were heading towards the base of the mountain known as the Laughing Rise, the hopefully home of Yamari, the goddess of the island of Yamari, to ask her some questions to find out what she knew about the disappearance of her guardians, the wine-tailed langurs, if she did anything to try to stop it, if she knows who took them and where they were brought. But first, you have to get there. And so, with...
And first, a message from our sponsors.
Do you love dice? If so, Almost Critical is your one-stop shop.
Free advertisement.
So
No, really, go check out Almost Critical.
I don't think they have any dice right now. But you can get dice by becoming a patron. If you become a patron of the Dice Dragons Guild, we do give, or a Discord subscriber, you do get a 3-month thank you gift of a D20 capture keychain made by Almost Critical. Okay, so...
Get it up, get it up. Ooh.
Oh, beautiful, yes. I have one. I actually have all of them. So
Just say that.
They're already
so, when,
ready.
so when you say it, you just dump the box out onto the table.
Okay, so first you have to get there with Kaylin, your trusty hunter, and her now trusty Sally, the goat.
Wait,
in
when did
tow.
we name the goat?
She didn't.
She
know.
did.
She named the goat. She introduced the goat.
What's
said
gonna,
Sally.
what's gonna happen to the goat?
Oh.
You begin heading up, passing the Joyous Ascension Cemetery, where Ayla, perhaps stepping outside of her comfort zone, gave a little bit of herself to a living flower in hopes of making a tribute to the god.
This is where we play Janis Joplin's song if we weren't going to get copywritten.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Theratrix has returned from places unknown,
The bodega.
and Kai has been...
We play so differently when we think we have a crowd. Like if we ever did this live, like
I'm playing
in a
the
place-
same way I always play. That would have come out regardless.
And Kai,
Don't worry, there's only 5 now. Including me.
having
We're always playing to a crowd.
a couple of interesting interactions both in the land of the awake and the land of sleeping. And no one has yet discussed with Kethra what came out of her mouth the night before.
No, that's one of those
pretending it
awkward
didn't happen, yeah.
conversations that's
And
like,
just
"Ah,
wait.
she's
Just
doing it
waiting."
again. Just smile and nod. Smile and nod.
All right.
Don't make eye contact.
It gets weird if you do. Don't encourage her.
I'm just gonna say shit
She's
now.
gonna
The
keep
sun is
doing it.
grand and the moon
Raise
is
my
bright.
attention.
Something really
Look
weird.
out for
The
monsters
fate of the
tonight.
fire depends on the fate of the toilet in the left of the seat.
All right. So you head towards to the north through the Joyous Ascension Cemetery.
we made sure we had enough climbing equipment for everybody.
Yes, Kayla kind of had you covered. It's all really strapped onto Sally the goat.
Eldon's got his own climbing equipment, so he's good.
La-di-da.
He comes from the mountains.
Well, look at you.
I send you a message.
Oh.
Well, when he's tying his own knots and everybody else has to wait their turn for Kalen to do it. And he's like the Cub Scout who's like,
He's got two carabiners
Yeah,
instead
mine
of
are
one.
already done.
The real ones, not the car keychain ones.
The ones that go on your Nalgene bow.
Oh, yes, I saw that. All right, so yeah, you begin hacking through. Not as difficult as trying to go through, as I mentioned before, the jungle wilds, the sleeping wilds proper. Let me pull up a map of Yamari Island just so that you kind of have it. Although you don't have this on you. But just to give you some,
We didn't grab
Sense
a
of
map
scale.
from the gift shop.
yeah, there aren't just maps around. So you're just leaving Balsted and heading towards Mount Yamari. So you gotta make your way through multiple areas. So as you go through, it's gonna have somebody roll me a D. Let's go with a D20
I'll do
to
it.
see if anything happens on your first.
I do it. 12.
Okay.
The mighty eye says 12.
Okay.
I love this thing.
I'm going to say, the first several hours of your journey go without issue. Like, you're hacking away. One thing that Kaylin does say as she's leading, she's going to hand the goat off to somebody who wants Sally.
I'll take the goat.
Okay, you get to work with Sally. Make an animal handling check. I can't get all my music.
Doing math, sorry. 18.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
goat whisperer.
Sally is
Now riding the goat.
Nix is riding, gonna ride the goat.
Nice.
very easy to handle. Once Nyx jumps on, she's Sally's not overly excited to be outside of Balsted. Like, she, mountain goat, she knows how to jump and stuff, but like, she got comfortable. And so she doesn't want to be here with you all. She wasn't given a choice. There was a rope tied around her neck, and then she was led carrying a bunch of people's shit out of her comfort zone.
Poor Sally.
And so, but of all the people, you sense that she feels comfortable with Nyx on her back.
Nix give him a little headbutt. Sally, little headbutts.
It's likely that, Sally spent most of her days at the Silver Sage stables with other animals, including the horses and probably roaming cats. Like the one that Kai and Eldon saw, who gave attitude as it walked down the joy run that one evening when you were doing watch.
What was it? A cat?
The cat, remember?
Cat gave us attitude?
Yeah.
It was a random ass cat.
Oh, okay. Oh.
In your life,
the
you
night we were
may or may
doing-
not
yeah.
remember all the cats that have crossed your path.
I try to remember as many as I can.
I get it.
Was that a
I'm
joke
glad
of
you.
the
I'm
kind
glad
that
you
thought?
did because I don't know.
Oh, I get it.
I didn't mean it as an innuendo. I should have, but I
It is
didn't.
now. Nothing at this table is not an innuendo.
Yeah, that's true.
It's funny because you said that, and the three ladies laughed. And you were like, "Wait, what?"
All right. So Kaylin does say, as you're walking along, something's a little bit different about this. Something's a little off. Hey, you, Eldon, can you come take a look at this? I'll have you make a survival roll.
Yes, ma'am.
Survival or nature, whichever one you would prefer.
It's a 3.
That's too bad. You had the good wrist movement too. Like, I was like, that's gonna be a good roll. And that sucked.
Thanks.
Whenever you see it, whenever you do it, whenever anybody does like a roll like this, where it's like, It's all on the
I
wrist.
try to put a little panache on it.
Yeah, I know. I'm commending you. It's like that's showmanship. But it just fell
But you
flat.
failed.
But it sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Miserably.
This is just, you just keep digging this hole for me.
And Theratrix is disappointed. You failed. You failed. You failed. Okay.
Really good wrist movement, though, apparently.
It's all on the wrist.
Yeah, that's what.
Yumari
makes the
weeps
dice
for you.
roll
okay?
high. So Kaylin has you take a look, and you quickly realize like she's pointing things out to you, and it's like you would have no idea what the hell she's talking. You've never been here before. You don't know what it looked like before versus what it looks like right now. And she's like, like, because this over here, like this was kind of cracked before, but it grew out, and then this one, and it's just like.
I know mountains, Kaylin, but I don't know these ones. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know the landmarks. I've never been here before.
Well, what use are you of then? She pats your arm.
He is just stupid face.
Sorry for wasting your time, guy.
You'll get used to it. I guess that's why I'm the hunter, right?
You are our guide.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what I was trying to say is that it looks like other folks have been through here. So.
How long ago?
Well, that's hard to say. Recently, like since I was through here, which was at least a couple weeks ago. So, recently. But that kind of makes sense. There's been people leaving Balsted. I'm sure we're not the only ones who have an idea of talking to the gods, but
I don't believe most people would be that suicidal to climb the mountain.
there were a lot of people that I don't know who showed up at the Joy Festival. Every year, we got crazies. I mean, you've heard of the truists, right?
No.
We're gonna go with, everybody make a roll and add your intelligence, we'll say.
Oh, crap.
15.
That's
18.
15, 18,
Yeah, that's
19.
even worse. That's a 4.
4.
I have a 12.
Okay.
Did you have an intelligence roll? Oh,
I,
you
no,
zero.
I'm
Damn,
proficient in
me.
history or anything like that. If
Yeah, Sam.
lets me add a little extra.
Yeah, there would be a little history. You can do a history or add it to
14.
14.
Well, that makes it
21.
a 6.
Okay. So everyone but Isla.
Everyone except the one person who lives here.
Right.
You
Give a
actually.
fuck about other people.
We've noticed.
The truists are a type of religion that believes very heavily in the calendar. And what I mean by that is each of the names of the months are different. And so you are in the month of Glee right now. There is a month of atonement and a month of memories, revelations, or something along those lines. I didn't memorize all these months. This group of people, and there aren't a whole ton of them, but there are enough that they're in the larger cities typically. And sometimes they go around recruiting. They adhere very strictly to the name of the month. So whatever the month is, they are that for the whole month. And it to the point of what other people believe to be ridiculousness. Because they believe that the names of the months were decreed by the gods. Written history says that the names of the months were actually decreed by the elves when they showed up in the year 0 and claimed Eleothis
But
as
they
like...
don't believe that propaganda.
Yeah, so they believe that it is from the gods, and in order to show reverence to the gods, you must embody whatever the month is. And so in a month like Glee, they just act happy and laugh and dance, but that's all they're doing for the month. And in a month like Atonement, they take it to an opposite extreme. So you don't, like I said, you would see them more frequently within a larger city. So
I
it
rolled a
would
4 and don't know this, and I live in the largest city
You
on
live-
the island.
in the largest city of the island, but Yamari is not. It's not like the capital of Devenia or the capital of Kalia, which is what owns Yamari Island. Whereas you coming from Divenia and the capital, Aurorhas, you would be familiar with them. They're everywhere. They're just, it's not a huge religion. Big enough. They make a big stink wherever they go. Or they're super quiet, like to the point of ridiculousness during the months that it matters. And same, if you likely would have seen or heard of them during your time in the assembly, as there's some trade that goes from Calia down under that mountain pass to go up. Depends. Sometimes people go north, sometimes they go south, especially if they want to go to the coast. So yeah.
So what do the truists, Kalen, have to do with the path here?
Well, I mean, if they wanted to chat with Yamari and find out, because it's a little weird, you know, the happiness thing in the month of Glee.
Do you think people might have come this path seeking some sort of refuge from the monsters we've seen?
That would be stupid, but they could. Who knows?
People are very stupid when they're scared.
Yeah.
I do not think most people would venture into the jungle if they are unfamiliar with it.
I don't know. This is the highest you can get if you want to make the trek. I mean, I know we haven't heard, well, the suns are pretty much silent, but Yamari, if she's here, this is where she's supposed to be. Anyway, she keeps going. All right, I'll have someone else make a roll. D20, sorry. Just roll anything, whatever you feel.
14. Sorry, I should have rolled the big eye.
You should have.
The mighty eye.
That's what it's there for.
You know what? I'm going to roll it anyways, even though I already got 14. I'm going to roll it, because otherwise it's bad juju. 16. Doesn't bode well.
Alright. Avi, roll a d10.
Why are you doing this to me, Izzy? Why do you do this to me?
I mean, it's not like you
She's
rolled
on.
a 1 on a D100.
No, but I'll roll a 1 on a d10.
Okay.
Only 110.
So you
Oh, I
continue
do have a d10 in this. I thought I didn't. So this.
continue up through the jungles and eventually make your way to the base of the mountain range. And then it begins to get rockier. Sally the goat, she seems to have no problem. But the rest of you, it's a little bit different than what you're used to. You've been in the mountains, so you have an easier time. But you continue through. It's about 2-3 hours of just traversing these rocky cliffs. Nothing too dramatic at this point. You're kind of at the base, and it's been traveled enough that Kaylin, you can see there's areas where she has put like the pitons. That's how you say it. I always want to say pitons, but I looked it up. I think I say that every time. Pitons. And different areas where you can just secure yourself, and you're not necessarily dangling, but just to like make yourself feel better. So she's got areas of refuge, I guess. And as you continue through, you probably about midday, she comes around a corner and she goes, "Oh," and she's kind of been leading you along as she knows the direction here. She goes, "Oh, hello." And as you all round the corner, you see a group of, there are 3 individuals who are kind of sitting around a little pot. It's not boiling. There's a campfire that was there before, and clearly had been going, but now it's just like this pot. And they look at you, and one of them smiles really wide. It's this female dwarf, and she looks over and is just like, "Oh, hello." The other 2, hold on. You see a what appears to be a half elf woman with brown hair, and she's got a band kind of tied around her forehead, and then a human guy with this like weird like shaggy hair, but then it's almost like a mullet that comes down the bottom, brown. The dwarven woman just says, What are you all doing here? It's kind of far from Balsted." And Kaylin says, like, "We could ask you the same thing." She looks back at the rest of you.
Yeah. It is far from Balsted. What are you doing in the jungle?
The dwarf looks at the elf. They all kind of, and the human, they all exchange. And then they kind of pull out their instruments. You see one of them has a lute, one of them has a flute, and the other one has just a little like bell, like a ding. And they say, "Well,
I got
we're
a fever. The prescription was more cowbell.
There you go. Well, I mean, we're headed up the mountain to chat with Yamari, or sing to her. Hopefully, she'll give some boons to the rest of us. Bring back the safety. What are you doing the same?"
No one answered them. Noble cause.
Well, we're trying, right?
Do I recognize any of them?
You can. I would say roll a perception.
May I guide her?
You kind of wouldn't know.
I wouldn't be able to. Wouldn't be helpful.
You wouldn't know that she's like trying to remember if she or not.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or realize if she knows that.
Nope.
No. What was it?
That was a 7.
Okay. They don't look familiar, and you don't feel like you can't remember if you know them, or like you don't know if you know them or don't. You see so many faces, you don't know if maybe they were in the festival, but people.
Oh, the little people.
Now with the
people
dwarf,
everywhere.
I'm just imagining with a top hat like Slash from Michelle's birthday party.
Marky Mark.
So, well, I mean, come sit, have a drink. We were just warming up some mead here. Or not. This feels awkward.
We are on a schedule that we must keep.
Oh. Well, I mean, are you heading in the same direction as we are? You're going up, I assume.
Can assume.
Okay. Well,
Hey, anybody else can chime in. I'm just saying.
You fucking answer.
You don't have to fucking listen to
He
me.
said, "Don't talk." I always listen to you.
This guy.
Trust.
Whatever you do, do not talk.
Trust.
Why
no
aren't
one.
you talking?
Trust no
You can
one.
chip in anytime.
But you don't have to fucking listen to me. I'm just some fucking devil chick that told you not to fucking talk.
It seems we are of like mind. Yes, we are also on our way.
I look at him.
How dare you talk?
well, I mean,
I explicitly told you not to talk.
I just out of game. I'm just saying. You don't have to listen to me. I just threw that out there.
I know.
So, thank you for listening to my leadership.
Worst leader ever.
Paranoid, xenophobe leader. Okay? There's a human amongst her ranks.
so
There's a human amongst your ranks.
I got to learn about you after several days.
So the dwarf just again gestures like if you'd like some mead, I mean it's warm out, but you know nothing like some good mead.
I'm just looking at the rest of you.
Kaylin's taking her cues from you, so she's just like, mead? No mead?
Personally, I think it's best if we hurry on. We only have so many hours of daylight.
I
And the
appreciate the offer.
The mountains, no matter where they are in the world, tend to get more dangerous at night.
Well, the dwarf looks at the elf, and is like, should we tell him? And the elf is like, and it does the,
Did we hear that?
yeah. And the dwarf goes, if you're trying to get up the mountain, we know of a way that's faster. Just saying. And
Shoot a look over to Kaylin.
Kaylin looks confused. She's like, oh, okay. What do you mean? Where? And the dwarf says, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? I'm Hilda. This is, she points to the elf, Aralan. And this over here is Astinus. I just pulled these up. You can make fun of them. And what are your names?
Do I get any sense of recognition from them of me? Did I structure that sentence correctly?
You could just, do they recognize
Do they recognize me?
Make an insight check.
And you haven't been rolling good. I'm going to go with you. And where's my insight?
Into the
That is a 21.
Oh, all right.
Keep throwing into the rocks.
It looks as though they do probably recognize. Like there's a hint of it. They seem to be bards of some kind.
I was going to give an alias. But if they know who I am,
It looks like you feel confident that they probably know who you are.
Okay.
Like the human keeps looking at you, and it's in a, there's a little bit of something there, like oh my gosh,
Okay.
it's Ayla.
I was going to give them a fake name.
Okay.
So we're introducing. Okay. Ayla.
The Ayla. She looks at the elf and the human, and they're both like, yeah. And the human guy is like, great to meet you. All right. Did everyone else introduce themselves? Okay. Well, if you'd like to share some mead, perhaps. I mean, I feel like we did just meet each other. You look like fine folks, but going up to see a god is... Well, I don't want to share the secret with just anyone.
I don't drink, but I'll sit with you.
I can respect that.
And I'll go over. What way to test them, then to send myself over.
We'll walk over.
Yeah.
He's not sitting.
So Eldon's gonna do like the whole like handshake thing, you know.
Okay.
All of
Yeah,
them.
they shake your hand.
Did they stab you to death? Pitch me over the cliff.
We are, you may or may not have heard of us. We're called Crossbows and Roses.
Last night influenced so much.
But
Have I heard of them?
Have we all heard of
Have
them?
they opened for you?
roll an intelligence. Just straight intelligence.
16.
Yeah, you've kind of heard of them, so you know.
You know their main hit, Take Me Down to the Euphoric Village?
You know that there are a lot of wandering and aspiring folks that come through Mosswick, especially on Artist's Alley, or I forget what I called it. The art district. And you've probably heard of them before. Sounds kind of familiar.
I do like their hit Paradise Village.
There you go.
It's a banger.
Slaps.
It's a banger.
Especially that intro.
Mage Brownstone.
Well, we all don't want to be out here either when it gets really dark, but so what exactly are you, what's your goal? Maybe we could all join up and sing a big a cappella number.
I do not sing. But I believe our goals are aligned. If you indeed need to speak to the goddess and restore order and safety on the island.
Well, that would be the ultimate goal, but I mean, I don't have high hopes that she'll actually talk to any of us. We're just gonna try to sing to her. It would be nice. Have you ever spoken to her before?
She is not my deity of choice. I only honor her by virtue of living here.
Deity of choice? What does that mean?
He is not my primary god.
Ah, well. There are only two primary gods, Ina and Yol, right?
Yes, that is what they say.
Well, that's what we see. Up in the sky. But don't look straight at them. It'll burn your eyes.
You got to look in a little box.
You had that. What was it? That the gif of Trump with like the binoculars and like
Eldon.
the fucking
He didn't even have it. He was just like,
can't tell me
The
not to
eclipse.
look at the sun.
Yep. Well, you certainly are all very enigmatic. But no, nothing. You won't. All right. Well,
We don't mean to be. Just the things we've seen in the past week.
I've only heard about it. I haven't seen it myself. Have you
You-
seen anything?
have not encountered anything.
No, not directly. I mean, we were down in Balsted, but we heard things, but we haven't seen anything.
If you are not prepared, you should not go on.
I think we'll do fine. Like I said, we've got this faster way.
Faster does not mean safer.
Guess you're right. Or maybe we should all travel together.
There might be safety in numbers.
Well, we were just about to finish up if you want to come along. And we'll show you.
Do I believe them?
Make an insight
I
check.
was gonna say, does Eldon believe them?
Okay, you can roll insight as well.
You know, that's not a 1, but I'm retiring it. And I'm bringing in a backup.
That's a 5.
Okay.
A strong 5.
That was 11.
11. I mean, these are folks you've never met before. It's hard to say.
And they're carrying instruments, you said? Do they
Yeah,
look like
they've
they're
got-
carrying any other weapons on them?
You don't see any weapons. You see that they do have instruments. They've got backpacks. They've got cooking utensils and things like that.
It does not hurt for now.
Do you have means to defend yourselves, if should it come to it? the things we've seen abominations of all types. Things with tentacles, things that were apparently life here on the island that has been transformed
Shit that'll make you turn white.
into something otherworldly.
If you got it, and I love you.
So Hilda kind of looks at you. She looks over at her companions and looks back. Man, you all keep talking about us running into something dangerous. Now you're asking if we have a means to defend ourselves. You bandits? You trying to rob us?
I
We're not doing a very good job if we are.
Well, getting to know us first, find out what our weaknesses are. We've been traveling. We know how it works.
You just want to make sure that we don't try to save your asses.
She doesn't say much, but when she does, it counts.
We'll be all right.
All right,
We got this far.
Just know we're not gonna prioritize your lives over ours.
Well, the feeling is mutual then.
Very well. We're in accord. We shall travel together.
All right.
Best friend.
Kethra's gonna go over to Kai and go,
I don't know if I trust them.
All right, Aurelin, let's pack up.
Trust anyone.
They look like they're slow runners, so that could actually... Those pots and pans and instruments will weigh them down and clang around.
Unless it's a party of
Go
all
for a short.
bards, and then they all just charm us. Oh,
So you, they pack up their stuff and begin traveling with you. They're full of, like, they start playing along while you're walking, just very lightly. There isn't really much to kind of like hack away at or anything now on this trail. It's more about climbing and maneuvering and all of that. And Hilda.
do we really want to be making so much noise with instruments?
I am so picturing the hippies that Aang encounters on the way to Bossing Say that go like through the underground.
We're like, oh, let's go through the mountains and.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
So, Hilda and Aurelin and Astinus actually begin leading your group as they continue on. And after maybe another 20 minutes, not too long, Hilda says, we're here. And she turns this corner and kind of makes you go around a bend and back the way you came, or back in the opposite direction around this bend of rocks. And you do see this open cave mouth there. And she says, well, right in here, I mean, it's a little bit of a trek, but it leads you up and around, so you don't have to go through all this side cliffs.
Kaylin, are you familiar with this in any way?
Kaylin is standing there. She took Sally back and has been hanging out in the back. She's like, I just usually go up the cliff face. Again, I usually do this by myself, so I'm not trying to go into any deep caves in the darkness where no one would ever find my body. No, I mean, if I fell off of the mountain, you probably wouldn't find my body either, but you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't usually go into the darkness by myself.
So are you suggesting we not go this way?
I don't know.
How far into this cave? How far is it to where we need to be?
Hilda said, well, I mean, it's a few hours. Yeah, you gotta go through here and up and around. I mean, it just makes it less treacherous.
A few hours in the dark cave?
Yeah. You all have light sources?
You've gone this way before.
Yeah.
How many times?
Well, just the one time.
How
That's
did
comforting.
you find this?
Does Kai believe them? They've been through here.
Make an insight check.
I know, we're rolling so bad on these like lie checks.
Yeah, that's a
That's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, she's kind of hard to. She looks away, and to answer your question, like not even really skipping a beat. I mean, we just hang around. This isn't the first time we've tried to sing to Yamari. Who wouldn't?
I would not.
I know she's not your god of choice. But to each their own. I'm not asking you any questions.
What lives in this cave? There's not a cave I've ever come across in all my travels.
I didn't
nothing
see.
lives.
I did not see anything in there. Did you see anything? And everyone goes, no, nothing. What about you, Astinus? No. Maybe we got lucky, but we didn't see anything. Well, we're gonna head in, so follow us or don't. Well,
I would like to take 10 minutes and do enthralling performance and tell them that I am doing a dance of luck for us.
okay. So you want to stop them from going in and then
Before they go in, I'm just saying, before we enter here, I would like to bless our journey and do a dance that will bring us luck through this dark cavern.
all right, is this something that you all want to do? The suns are moving.
It just takes a short time.
it's something that she does.
You can't stop her when she
Super,
starts.
I'm
super
already-
worth
I'm
it.
already
Super
starting.
worth it.
Make a persuasion check.
Since we're all trying to convince them, does he get advantage since we're all trying to talk them into it?
Why are you all trying to talk them into it?
Why are we all? So
We've seen her do that before.
Yeah,
we know
we
what she's
saw her.
doing.
She just did it. Was it yesterday with
No, she didn't do that yesterday.
the dance
It's
thing?
a 10-minute long dance.
That's how I charmed them.
I thought it was a 1-minute long thing that you charmed. Don't you have two different ones? One that's real quick.
Sorry. No, wait. Yes, it's 1 minute. My bad. 1 minute.
Oh, okay. So this is a 1-minute long
It's
dance.
a 1 minute
Okay, you
long
said it was 10 minutes. Like, this is gonna be like you're gonna have to persuade them.
I
to
glanced
sing
at
for,
it really
like,
quick.
10
I
minutes.
added a 0 to that one.
Okay, I will say.
Hell, they'll even play along. They'll play their instruments. They'll jam out with you.
I thought you were doing a separate
You've only-
thing. That
No. Enthralling performance is
you're only gonna have-
perform for 1 minute.
Okay,
You
I will
really-
say yes that you can help with this one because this was. If you
Yes.
were going to try to convince them to sit for 10 minutes, this wouldn't have been something that they would have seen you do. But this is a thing you do.
All right.
So advantage.
Tell me that helped. Doesn't look it for
Well,
me.
what is persuasion?
Yes.
Whatever 19 plus 8 is.
Yeah. Okay.
27.
I'm not doing that math.
Hilda looks at the other two, and you see Astinus is like, I think we should. And you see him lean into to Hilda, and she had this like kind of furry hood that she had over her shoulder. She pulls it up and like leans in so that you can't see their faces as they're talking, and then she pulls it back down, looks over, it's like, all right. Astinus really wants to see this, so
It's way better than this. I'm just saying.
obviously.
Okay, you got 45 more seconds. Go.
Yep. Keep going.
Keep going. Remember, you wanted this.
You gotta drop
Yeah.
that booty to the jungle floor.
So what is it that I'm doing?
No.
Holding on to the
They
table.
got a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Okay.
Hit the funny bone too. All 3 of them.
Hilda is a 4 plus things. Arilyn is a 2 plus things. And Astinus is a dirty 14. That was the DC, right? Okay. So Hilda and Arilyn failed. Astinus did not.
They are my best friends now. After the song is done, I just ask again, what dangers will we encounter in there before we enter? I mean, I do not want to jeopardize my career by twisting my ankle or anything.
They, both... I'm just going to look at this enchanting thing because I need to know exactly how it works.
They love me.
What is it? Enchanting dance?
Enthralling performance.
Oh, enthralling performance. Enchanting dance?
They essentially it's charmed without the downside of them knowing that they were ever charmed.
Okay.
Oh, so they're just charmed?
Idolizes, speaks glowingly of you, hinders anyone who opposes you, avoids violence, unless already inclined to fight on your behalf. 1 hour. Unless it's hurt or witnesses you attacking any of its allies.
What she said.
Okay. So Hilda looks and says, I was telling you the truth. Ayla, there's nothing in there.
Very well. Well, it is blessed for our venture through. Again, remind me again how you encountered this? Just you random.
Yeah, we were just kind of roaming around, singing out loud to the Yamari, and came across this.
Have I seen you perform before in Moswick?
I hope so.
Huh.
I mean, we've seen you perform before, especially Aston is here. He's gone to almost all of your shows whenever he can get in. And he's like, I have. It's fantastic. What'd you do with your body? He tries. I wish I had that skill. All I can do is, play this loop.
Bam, 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 bam.
Smoke on the water.
It's everybody's first chord when you pick up a guitar.
Yep,
On the
it's
water, absolutely.
I guess I'll look around and go, very well. I believe it is safe to go through.
I'll let. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was just going to say, if you have a torch, you might want to light it. Some of us can't see in the dark. And
Let's go.
Kai will open up the box. He's attuned to the mote of light, so it just kind of hovers just behind him. And it does 30 feet of bright light, and then additional 30 or 60 feet of dim light.
Okay. Hilda and Arilyn, after a minute, as you all are getting your stuff ready, Hilda comes over to you, Ayla, and Arilyn follows, and then Aston sees, and he comes over too, and she kind of takes you aside, and she's like, so Ayla, and again, it's been great. I didn't want to fawn over you when I first saw you, because it would have been weird, but I feel like we've become good friends in these past. How close are you to these folks?
The ones with me.
Yeah. Are they like your besties? Or just some folks you've been traveling with?
I trust them very well.
Well, that doesn't really answer the question that I asked. And I can appreciate one artiste to another. Are they your friends?
I will take a look back at my companions in contemplation, and I smile. And then I smile. Then I go, yes, I suppose they are friends.
All right. And you see Arilyn just like kind of smiles at you, and then Hilda looks at Astonus and she's like, well, folks, we're not going to be able to take you into the caves. Sorry. See, this is actually a thing we do where we take people into the caves and we steal their shit. But Ayla, we didn't want to do that to her. So, anyway, it was great traveling with you. We didn't take you off the path. If you just keep going, you'll make it.
I knew you were full of shit.
Yeah. Some people just have that sixth sense, but no one ever listens to you, do they?
Not as much as they should, but
We appreciate your honesty.
Of course. I mean, we didn't want to. You are Ayla Myrea. If something happened to you up here, it would have been, well, we would have had probably a big bounty on our heads.
You would. You would be dead.
Random folks no one quite cares about, and then they just go back. Anyway.
I recommend you go nowhere near Summertown.
Oh, we don't worry. You all are very, very well guarded down there. And this is just opportunity. I don't know why I'm talking this so much. It was wonderful meeting you.
Eldon's gonna use thaumaturgy, or minor illusion rather, to whisper into her ear. See if they'll stop and give us all their gold and stuff that they stole from other people.
Perhaps you could help us along in giving tribute to Yamari herself. Do you have any spoils from the others that you have encountered along here that we could use as tribute and maybe rid the land of these horrible creatures?
Make a persuasion check.
Since they're charmed, do you get advantage with it or no?
Yeah, if you're the person who charmed the charmee gets advantage on persuasion checks.
Oh, he's the walking fucking robot.
No, only if they're under the charmed condition.
Yeah, no, I get nothing.
Shit. Damn it.
Well, I mean, you got a plus 8. You never know. You got a plus 8. What was...
It was worth a shot.
13.
Yeah, with
That's-
a 13, and they're charmed, and they're your friend. Yeah, 13 is...
Really?
12 is, like, if you're just a regular... 10 is, like, regular person. 12 is, like, if you're pretty good at something, you can be pretty successful.
I mean, it is the plus 8 that made it, because... like,
I mean, you got to remember, 15 is like a very hard, or hard, and then 20
Yeah.
is very hard. And
Yeah, just let me know your rolls when you roll.
there's a 1 and a 4.
I'll let you know
So-
if they fail. I'll let you know if they fail. So, I mean, it's not an awesome roll, but she says, oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, we can get something, right? We can get something, Astinus. And he reaches into his bag, and he said, I was thinking this, when I first saw you come up, I thought this would be great for you. And he reaches into a bag, and he pulls out this golden monkey idol. It's not very big, probably 4 inches tall total. But it looked like it's heavy. And it's either like gold, or it's, some heavy metal that's gilded, or maybe rock that's gilded. It's very smooth, and he hands it over to you. I think that would be... I think this would be a really great tribute. What do you think, Hilda? And she's like, oh yeah, that would be perfect. And the monkeys, and she's Yamari, yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Yes, it does. Well, good luck on your journey. Wonderful to meet you.
Yes, likewise. Wow.
And we'd appreciate you just continuing on and letting us go about our business.
if you come across anyone named Felicia, make sure you rob them.
Oh, we don't even, I mean, we don't.
Just do me a favor.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, I was going to say, names don't really matter. They
You
could
can
have no name.
Describe what she looks like, because I totally forgot.
I kind of did too.
I don't know that I really described, except maybe what she was wearing, and that she had like darker skin. That was it.
Look out for a bitch like that. Make sure you do that.
I'm like, oh, of course. I mean, we'll steal extra stuff from her.
Good, and we'll call it even for trying to be thievery with us.
Well, I mean, even. Yeah, sure.
No, best of luck on your next mark.
Thank you. Best of luck at fixing whatever the fuck happened here on the island. May she speak to you despite her not being your first choice.
Indeed.
Sometimes we all gotta settle, you know.
Sacrifices must be made.
Mm-hmm. This is the sound of settling. Ba, 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 ba. They break
That's
into,
our cue.
They break into song. And you head back out that way, kind of looking back at them, but they're now like, ba, 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 ba. This is the sound of settling.
I love enthralling performance.
And continue on your way. And Kaylin is just like, wow, that was fucked. That could have been a lot more fucked.
Ayla, that was amazing. You really saved our butts back there.
This is why I don't trust many people.
You might be onto something.
I mean, bards in the jungle, where no one travels, is a very big red flag.
Well done.
It would have been a shame to kill them, but I have this giant monkey.
Half that monkey belongs
Got a
to
monkey
me.
out of it.
I gave you the idea.
Do I have a guesstimate of what this monkey is worth?
I'll let you roll because you're a jack of all trades. We'll go with we're gonna go with a wisdom because it's kind of like a street smarts type thing. Like you would know what it's supposed to be worth, but what could you actually get for it? It kind of depends on what it's made of. So you can roll just a wisdom.
Six.
So you're holding it, and you kind of knock it a little bit on a rock, just very gently. It's almost impossible to tell if this is like a rock inside, or like straight up gold, or like a metal thing, or
It's just gold plated.
yeah. You can't really tell. You don't have the
That's the thing with
stuff.
thieves; they don't always get good shit.
Right.
Where'd that dice go?
All right. I'll have somebody
I
else
think
roll a
it actually
d20.
went into the
I think it actually
iPad.
went in the tray, actually.
Yeah, it went.
Yeah.
I thought
Nice.
It didn't actually roll a 1. I'm just retiring it because I'm getting tired of these really shitty rolls.
Anyone else want to roll a d20 as you continue on?
Pat's turn.
Oh boy, I haven't been rolling good. 16.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d10.
3.
Okay. All right. So you continue through. It begins to get a lot more treacherous as you are going. There are points where everything's fine, plenty of space, and then it starts to like get into either sneaking through like rock formations that make you feel really claustrophobic, or you're kind of on the edge of cliffs that maybe don't fall into the sea because you're not that close yet, but they do drop and you'd get hurt if you fell. The goat Sally is just like she has no problem.
It's moments like that where you really want to TikTok it.
I know. It's like you don't know when
But
they're
yeah, you never,
coming.
you're never at the ready.
It's my
It's
gotta
just
go to
like-
the
playback, yeah.
Add it to my bird impression. So I'm gonna have everybody. There's a point where you're traveling through, and there's a very, very thin space that you have to traverse. And Kaylin is like, I gotta get over to that other piece and like kind of tie it. But I've only ever done it with one person, so I'm gonna go first. But just be careful. And she presses up against the rock face and then begins going in that direction, still holding onto the rope with Sally. And she looks back. She's like, "Sorry, Sally, but if you fall, I'm letting go of the rope." She keeps going. I'm gonna have everybody make dexterity checks to slide across this rock face.
God. Fuck
20.
me. Damn.
20?
It's a
Dex check, yeah.
Just a check, not
Yep.
a save. 12. Whoops. Is there anything that Eldon, being a guy who climbs mountains all the time, could do to help?
Are we climbing technically?
She's using
Yeah, you're.
pittance and I mean I have grapple because when you had said add in whatever it would normally come with what you think your character I have a grapple and hook, a climber's kit, and everything that comes with it.
I would say I'll let you add your proficient. Oh, did you already add your proficient? Are you proficient in Dex? Could add your proficiency bonus to that roll.
So would that change? Well, it wasn't. You just said it was a regular check, right?
Yeah.
So I have a +3 for that. Do I add the proficiency of +2?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would change my head. So 14.
Okay. Because you're kind of at a point where you haven't had to set anything up yet. This is just like first trying to you're getting now to the place where things are going to get treacherous. I'll say as you're going, we'll add stuff because you'd be helping Kaylin to get everybody prepped and whatnot.
I have something called Earth Walk.
Yeah.
Does that help me at all?
I think is it difficult terrain?
Yeah, I mean, it's for being an Earth Genasi. It says you can move across difficult terrain made of earth or stone without expending extra movement. I don't know if that would apply.
Okay. So technically, it's for your movement. This is more balance.
Okay. That would apply more if we were engaged in something where the terrain was.
Yeah, so if you're traveling across rocky terrain and for everybody else it's difficult terrain, you just move normally.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. 21 is what I got. Anyway.
6.
6. Was that a natural 1?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's 6.
So we got a 6, we got a 8.
In all fairness, I have a big booty, so if we're squeezing through something, I might have a little trouble there.
You gotta go
Stuck.
face forward though, because
Yeah, you just go up against the.
It's like a-
'cause this
like
is
a
She had
ledge.
small boobs,
Like-
big butt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
so you just gotta go to the
tiny chested, but a lot of junk in the trunk.
All right.
Still
so
a lot of wind resistance though.
what is the marching order here? That's what I should have asked before I had you even roll. So Kaylin's in the front with Sally, who's just fine.
I assume you would probably be right behind Kaylin because you have the climbing experience, right?
Yeah,
Should we be in the
well,
front or?
it depends on how we try to set it up. Because if everybody's in a line, I'd probably hammer in a bunch more pittons and stuff like that. So
My arrogant
as the
confidence always
last one,
brings me towards the front.
you know what I'm saying? So if I was the last
I'm
one,
always-
because I'd be
Always
anchoring
have
everything
your
as
back,
it
no matter where you are, so
Right.
I'm after you.
Make it easy. Kai goes last. So
Okay.
So I guess it would be. Mm-hmm.
That works.
Okay.
All right. You. So this.
I would probably go last if I was trying to anchor everything. She would go first, Kaylin, and then everybody, and then I would be the last one to go because I'm anchoring everything.
I figured you would go up to set up.
No, that's what Kaylin's
Kaylin's
doing.
doing that.
Oh, okay.
So we'll say you're in the back. So this weird it's like that panic moment where you think too hard about it. You think too hard. You think too hard. You've never done this before.
much wind.
Oh no, my booty!
Your dress just comes up and over your head.
So you see Isla's foot slip, and she kind of thinks too much about it. You go to grab her.
I'm doing this in heels too.
Backwards in here.
You probably would have taken your heel. I'm just saying,
I'm really good with those heels.
Did you say Ayla's wearing heels too? Is that what you just said?
No, I said backwards and in heels.
yeah. Just dancing across. So Ayla starts to slip. You go to
That's how I
grab,
designed
and
her,
then
damn
you
it.
start slipping, and then you are in the back. Actually, you'd be right next to Kai, who's at the end.
Do I just make everybody fall into a chasm?
It's that big booty. It dragged us all down.
I mean, I don't know about you. I will gladly die for the booty.
You start to slip down a little bit.
TPK
What
for
are
the
you?
Is that
Hey, for the booty.
is that a new shirt?
I'm writing that down.
What are you all doing? What are the rest of you doing as you see these three start falling?
I am definitely instinctually grabbing for.
I just read that.
What does it say?
I accidentally sneezed into one of the candy jars. K, sorry, love you, bye. XOXO Abaddon.
And I wasn't here the whole time, so I have no idea what. I was trying to get my kids in bed. That could be completely true.
I would not doubt it.
I can't put
Like,
it past her. I mean, we know
that
her.
is absolutely.
It's a
I didn't
hundred-
even see
It's
that,
on
so-
brand.
Absolutely.
I didn't
It's
bother.
on brand.
I totally forgot I was even going to write on here.
TPK
because-
booty.
TPK for the booty.
All right, so what do you?
If I get sick, if this week we're all sick because of Avalon.
She's probably lying, but I
It's
can't.
just-
I
it's
don't
too
know.
on brand.
If y'all end up sick,
Yeah,
like,
I just
which
don't know.
jar was
She
it?
would find
Like,
a way to
Tell
sneeze
us what was
directly
in it.
into a jar.
Yep, don't know. So what you doing, ladies?
I'll try to grab who's ever closest to me and try to
That
steady
would-
him as much as I can.
Okay, so the closest one to you is likely to be Ayla, or were you right after?
I'm between Ayla and you, I think.
Think
I'm
so.
definitely right
Okay,
behind her.
so the two of
I'm
you
then
are
behind.
are-
You're behind me,
Alright.
and then he's behind you.
But I'm definitely grabbing for her.
Okay, make a strength saving throw. As you try to like grab onto each other.
Ha! Oh, -1 on that.
What'd you get?
18.
Okay.
8.
Alright.
Can I extend my tail?
Well,
I
you're
try
the
to
one
help you
falling.
with
Oh,
that fall. Yeah.
okay.
I'm just not helping you very well, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna have you do the
So
same.
it's just like all booty in her face.
And the two of you can make strength saving throws.
Wait, I'm helping.
Two. I have no help.
Okay. So, and then you, I will, because you're at the end, you can,
Oh, I'm snugged down on those lines.
yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
What did you roll? A 14?
Yeah.
Make a, you can roll a strength saving throw, but you have to choose which one you're gonna try to help with, because you see both Iolite and Kethra, they go to like reach for Kai and Ayla as they're slipping down, but there's they don't catch them, but both Kai and Ayla are able to like hold on quickly to the rock face as they start slipping down. But you have to choose or figure out a plan.
How much time do I have? 6 seconds? Like a round?
Not even. It's
Not
like
even.
reaction.
Then it would have to be who's closest to me. I mean, if I'm directly tied to him, then
Okay.
I would just have to grab that line and try to wrench it up.
Make a strength saving throw.
Oh boy, strength is not my thing. 7 plus. You said save?
Yeah.
10.
Okay. So you.
First I thought it was a nat 1, but it was a 7.
Does he fall trying to save Kai?
No,
The two guys who just don't get along.
but you do reach down. The three of you are like, oh shit, and you try to grab on. And meanwhile, Ayla and Kai, you look up and you are like not holding on, but you're like scraping down the side of this. It's not like a straight drop. It's at a slight angle, but not enough to be safe. And you are now about like, we're gonna say 10 feet down. Is there anything that you're gonna try to do? What's the next step?
Did she fall down trying, like when I fell down trying to...
No. They were able to secure themselves, but we were not able to help you.
I'm misty stepping to the ledge then.
Okay.
Just ditched her.
She's
gonna fall with you.
So
If I could bring her, I would. If like Nightcrawler
She's
has the
not
ability
falling.
to teleport you with
Oh, I
them,
thought she was
but-
falling with her.
Oh,
and
no,
you
no,
just
no,
like
she's not
teleported
falling.
away.
Right, yeah, she's above me, right?
she's up on the ledge. She's fine. So
Okay,
you just like
so-
poof, and you see this mist that, and your heart like, and then suddenly she's right up against the thing, like leans forward against the rock face. What's Kai doing?
As Kai begins to slip, he just stops himself and pulls himself slowly back up to the rope and to the ledge.
So Kaylin is like, holy shit,
using
oh my
your
god,
spider
and
powers.
then you
Slug.
pop back up, and then you all watch as Kai just stops, and then crawls up the side of the mountain as if it was a floor that he's just crawling across. And Kaylin's standing there at the edge like, Oh, fuck.
Eldon's gonna pull the rope and just give the biggest eye roll. Just like this fucking guy.
Kayla just looks back at the two of you like, are we okay? Are we okay?
Just go, I guess. Fucking.
Do you even need to be here? Can you just run across and just go?
Oh, hold on.
Don't even answer.
Kai lets go with both hands and leans back till he's perpendicular to the wall. And then just starts walking up towards the front.
Kaylin looks at all of you and is just like, I don't even know. She just keeps going forward, but she's like, come on, Sally. What the hell?
Just gonna make eyes with Caleb like, yeah, it annoys us too.
She, it's not too far. It's only maybe 20 or so feet before you get to another area where you all can climb off, and now there's plenty of space for you to be walking, and she just stops and looks at. I feel like I'm in over my head. I'm not gonna lie. Like, something is up. You get these names from Cryon, and now you're super folks with lots of powers.
I cannot walk on walls.
You zip through the air. Poof.
It's just like teleportation. Many people can do this.
Did you know that he could do this?
I have not known him long enough to know what he can do.
Nope. I had no idea. That was weird.
It's never come
Make a
up
persuasion check. Kaylin's just staring at you.
10.
Just like, all right. Okay, well, let's keep going. She's just gonna keep walking.
Let's
Sounds
pretend
like
this never happened.
Sounds like someone's jealous that they can't teleport or climb like a lizard.
She keeps going.
I keep forgetting that she's just like a regular person.
She's got a little bit of something, but not to that level. So she continues on.
Anyone else did it get hot in here? Like, I'm
Having a hot flash.
Let's just do a hot flash.
I am I'm like misty
you are.
over here. Like, I'm burning up.
Put the fan on.
It'll mess with the lighting.
Damn it, we gotta suffer.
Just suffer. I was just gonna say just suffer.
Can open the So she continues forward with you all in tow. I'll have one more d20.
Ooh, my turn.
It's probably
2.
2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Should have rolled the great eye.
Ooh, I should have.
The eyeball.
I know,
So,
I
you
did the
can do
same
it.
thing. You
Oh,
gotta
I
roll it
can
anyways.
roll it.
Roll it anyway.
Oh, I got. Hey,
Oh, jeez.
sorry, too short.
The mighty eye.
It would.
Ooh,
What?
ramped it up.
17.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the eye on the pedestal it came in, and maybe we'll remember it more.
There we go.
So the day wears on. You continue. Kaylin gets very quiet after all of this. Like, she's just leading you where you need to go. And it's about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You take a moment just to take a breather, and everybody make a perception check.
You know what? Might as well.
21.
Hey.
I got a nat 20 for a 24.
Nice.
Woohoo.
19.
Dirty 20.
14.
And 21.
All right, that was the first non-shitty group roll of the night.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you notice it first, but very soon after, pretty much everybody notices. You're just like looking off, and off in the distance, you see this dark column of smoke that's rising from the jungle. And when you point it out, Kaylin looks over, just steps over to the edge and is looking and is like, holy shit, that's Balsted. Something's burning. Something's burning. I have to go. That's my home. That's a huge column of smoke.
I hate to say it, but by the size of that smoke, there may not be a Balsted left.
Okay, well, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Callie, it took us most of the day to get here. You won't be able to get there till tomorrow. That means you'll have to go through the jungle alone.
At night.
I've done it before. Sorry.
When the island was safe, you have done it.
I know, but listen, that's my home. This might not be your home. That's my home. Listen, you just keep going. There's really no other place to go except for the way that you go. Like, you just have to go that way and it will lead you there. I can't go with you. I gotta go back.
I understand. Do not die.
Sorry, I'll leave Sally. I'm just gonna grab a rope.
Caitlin, it's not smart.
It's my home.
I
Smart
understand.
has nothing to do with it. Listen, you all will be fine. Just keep going. You'll see I've got some stuff set up still where, I've traveled before. Just be careful. There's nothing crazy where you kind of go straight up. You're going to be fine, but something's going on back there. Everything I have is back there. I can't continue on some kind of spiritual journey while my house is burning.
You want to protect those people down there.
No, if I can, but my shit's down there.
I understand. The things that we've seen and fought, they don't create fire.
No, they don't.
And we've seen that there's others on this island that will kill and do harm to humanoids. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. You'll be okay. You guys can walk on walls. She picks up her
Not
stuff.
all of us.
Wraps it up. Like, if you keep going, you might be able to get there before the night gets too far in. Sorry.
Go.
Grabs one of the ropes and ties it around.
Like I said, do not die.
I won't. You too.
I expect to see you next time I am in Balsted.
Yeah. All right.
She sprouts wings and just flies.
Right. You guys can walk on walls. You're okay.
No, she's actually what's that race? It's like a flying squirrel. She's dives off the side.
You see her. She jogs off around a corner and is gone.
If she didn't have like a parachute, she could
Yeah.
Wait, are we that? I mean, we have to be high enough above the trees to be able to see the smoke.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
we're like up high.
Oh yeah, you're high.
All right.
You made it pretty.
I guess I wasn't following exactly how high we were just yet, but now I know it makes sense if we see a column of smoke above the canopy. Okay.
Okay. So you continue. Sally just is looking. She kind of goes to follow Kaylin at first, but then you've got the rope and you're like, no. So that was a 2 that you rolled. Somebody rolled a 2.
Oh, I was like, what?
Oh, is that why we lost our guide?
Sorry. So you stand there all looking at each other. The sun's kind of starting to, actually you're on the western side, so you're getting it's not quite setting yet, but you know that you're going to have a beautiful view of the sun's setting when the time comes. But in the moment, you can't really think about a beautiful sunset as your guide has just left you. There's a moment of slight panic. This is a place you've never been. You're going somewhere where when you get there might be nothing there at all. She might not talk to you. She might completely ignore you. She might not even be there. It might all be fake. and now something is happening in Balstead. But you all stand looking at each other, and you're going to have to continue on.
We have a job to do.
Clip. Let us go.
Eldon will take the lead in Kalen's place.
All right.
I'm gonna chug my potion of climbing
Okay.
for whatever that's worth.
All right. And as you
Taking notes is amazing, because if I didn't take notes, I would not remember that I had that.
I'm happy.
happy that you're writing down your own inventory.
Happy you're finally playing the game.
It only took 3 years.
As you continue on your journey, all strapping yourselves up for this climbing adventure, that is where we will end the session.
Ah, damn it!
As
Damn it!
I have to pee.